Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to I and I Reasoning, Temple of Know Thyself. Today's the 18th of the 8th, 2024. I'm gonna laugh because my brethren called me back the other day and he said, bruv, you said 2023. Even when I listen to the show, I keep saying 2023. I'm trying to give you guys a free year back, innit? Yeah, I'm aware of that. I keep doing that. I don't know why. Listen, I've got, look, in my notebook, I've got it written down 2024. Even last week, it's written down 2024. I keep saying 2023. I don't know why. It's just that's how time is flying, man. Time waits for no one, is it? So yeah, my apologies. And by the way, I'm probably going to do it again because it's quite a lot of shows. I keep saying 2023 because time, imagine we're halfway through August already, the 18th of August. So 2 weeks has just gone by. Huh? What's that? 4 months left or something? Was it September, October, November, December? Yeah, 4 months. And the year is finished. 4 months, the year's gone, my brother. So yeah, that's why I keep saying 2023 because I can't believe this year is it's leaving us behind. But anyway, let's enjoy the moment, as they say. Let's be in the present, have fun, and enjoy the moment. Because life's about experience, isn't it? So you gotta enjoy. That's what you're gonna take away with you, innit? Enjoy the experience. That's what life's about. So, how's everyone? I hope everyone's blessed. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. I just finished some ginger lemon tea. I just broke my fast about a couple hours ago. I had some rice, dal, which is lentil, and roti, and okra. Yeah, I had some okra. That's like a proper Guyanese kind of food, man. My mom had the fish in it because I would have put the fish on there as well in it. But my mom had the fish. So yeah, it's nice to have dal, man. I love dal, man. I grew up on dal and roti. One of my favorite, especially when the dal is hot. It was nice. But she made dal because for my children, but she didn't make it hot because pepper, you know what I mean? I like hot pepper, but she said no, she didn't want to do anything for them. So, yeah. So she's cool, man. Mum's there. My children have gone back. They were here with me for the week. Spent my birthday with me. So she's okay. When the grandchildren are around, it gives her something to do. Even though she's in pain and, you know what I mean? It just gives her something to do. So, yeah, she's cool, man. She's downstairs just chilling. Up to her old habits of doing her food and sweets, and I had 1 week of sweets and my body reacted to it, man. It was like I've been quite disciplined for the last 12 weeks. So because it was my birthday, I thought I'll let myself go. I said big up to Yvonne. She made me a nice cake and it had rum in it because I'm not drinking no alcohol, so I can actually taste the rum in it. So I've just been boxing off the cake, and my children bought me some sweets. They know I like my fruit and nut. My body just reacted. Just been going toilet, man. You know, they say your body's a temple, innit? So I've been looking after my body's a temple, and then I've been putting some food in it, and then my body's like, what the hell? So I'm kind of happy that they've gone back, actually. So now, starting Monday, I gave them half the cake. I said, look, take this cake out. All the food we had, what my mum cooked and stuff. I said, you know what? Take all of these sweet stuff out, man. Get rid of it. Because I want my environment to go back to how it was. Yeah, they just destroyed my environment. So that's actually what I'm going to talk about, a little bit about boundaries and behaviors, man. Yeah, they destroyed it. So I had a certain structure in place. So now they've gone. I've just literally packed the car and got rid of them with all the stuff. So yeah. So back to our routine. So look how time is flying. I've got 8 weeks left to go on my program. I've actually written that down. Look, 8 weeks to go. So we've done 2 weeks already. That's 14 days. So we've got 8 weeks until I finish this program that I said I was going to do. Yeah? And then we're just still doing our reflection and stuff like that. All right, my son, I've got a son who's just turned 18. On Thursday, the 15th of August, he got his results back in. And we have an agreement, by the way. Our agreement, if you listen to our first ever show, I mean, I'm going to interview him before probably the end of the month, because in September, around the middle or the beginning of September, will be 1 year I've been running this podcast. And he cleaned up my computer, so let's see what happened. It's much faster, by the way. He's the IT guy, the engineer, man. So he told me there was loads of programs. That's why I said to you, when I'm recording sometime, I've got some bugs and stuff, so hopefully it should be better now. So yeah, so we had a deal, and the deal was every A he gets, well, he said £100. I'm a businessman, I'm negotiating with him. He said 50. So I said, all right, it depends, we'll negotiate. So I said to him, okay, well, I'll give you the £100. So he's finished his A levels. So his results at the moment now that he got is 1 A and 2 Bs. So he said to me, oh, hold fire, man. Because I said to him, all right, no problem, I'll give you the £100 for every A. So you got 2 Bs, so I ain't giving you no £100. But he said to me, no, hold fire, because he's challenging some of the results. He got A in economics, and I can't remember the rest of the thing. But basically, he wants to get into anything to do with economics. So investment banking, maths teacher, like he said, he doesn't mind doing engineering, accounting, anything to do with maths, he doesn't mind doing. So even a lecture, he said he doesn't mind, because that's what he used to do. He used to teach young students maths. So I said to him, yeah, I'll hold fire. So he sent off his email challenging his grades, and he did good. I'm very impressed. Out of all his group of friends, he's the only one that got A. So I was very impressed. Very impressed. I'm tough on him, by the way. I am tough. I want to tell my friends, no, you should give him the money. I'm like, I am tough on my son. Yeah, and I get that from my uncle as well, man. When his children gets A's, and I think one of his child got like 5 A's from 7 subjects, and he was like, why did you not get 7? So I pick up. You know what it is, when I'm speaking to my son, I'm just saying to him, I know you have the ability. That's what it is. And I'm pushing you and motivating you to do better, because I see. Remember, I always say to everybody here, I know something about you that you don't know about yourself. You have greatness within you. So when I was taking him home and reasoning with him, I'm saying to him, listen, I don't mind giving you the money. Yeah, it's not the money. It's what I want to instill in you, that when I'm not around, yeah, you can do anything you want to do. Yeah, that's what it's about. So the money is the easiest bit. I keep saying to people, money is the easiest bit. Don't just focus on money. If you're good at something, find your passion, find your reason why you want to do it. So anyway, we're going to hold fire for a week or something, and we're going to find out if he can challenge the 2 B's. If he gets the 2 A's, well, I'll let you know. So he at the moment now he's been accepted into university. We're going to talk about that as well. It's one of the top universities that he's going to be going to, because of the grades he has. They've already said no, he just has to fill out the paperwork for the student loan, and it's quite far away actually. So we're going to talk about that. So yeah, big up to him, big up to Jonte, well done to you. And we'll wait a week. I think the day is the 11th of September, I think he said to me, for him to get his paperwork in for the university. So I think the email he sent away, they'll get back to him like within a week or 2 weeks, just to find out the two B's he wants to challenge, and then we'll find out what happened. So yeah, big up to him. Well done. I believed in him. Not believed in him, I don't want to use the word. I knew he could do good. He just had to work for it. So yeah, that's it. And that brings me into like, all that we are is the result of what we have thought. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. That's a quotation from Buddha. Yeah. This is all going back to about communication, self-esteem, self-awareness, all of these things I'm touching on. So I knew within him, that's what I said, because I see him, he's been around me. I knew it's about giving that thought, that communication, about pushing him and giving him a drive that you can do it, having faith, and you working on yourself. So for me, I'm just doing my basically reflection. So two of the things that I'm going to be reflecting on at the moment now: spending time with my children, and this is incorporated with the same studies we're talking about, because I spent time with them and we spoke about different things. That's what I want to speak about, boundaries, because when they came into my environment, the first couple of days, I'm telling them, listen, these are my rules, man. This is how things are run over here. So some of your habits, yeah, that you've brought are going to be different over here, and I will not accept some of those, yeah. And I gave the example that when you go into a workplace or when you go to your schools, they've got boundaries. So some of the things they're doing, like leaving the dishes around in the front room after having their food, no, I'm like, no, none of that. And that's, again, communication skills. That's what we're talking about. It's about being able to articulate and let them understand, you're in a different environment. This is how you conduct yourself and how you behave. So we spoke about those things, and I'm saying, when you go to your school, you don't do some of these things here. Or when you're at your mom's house, you don't do that. So don't do it at my home. I'm not accepting it. You know what I mean? And that's what the communication is about. They went outside. They're using my weights, which is good. That's what I'm saying to them. Like, pick up some of the habits. Yeah. Pick up some of the habits that I have. And then I gave the analogy of, again, when you have a plate of food in it, you take the best bits you want and the rest you discard in it. And that's what I'm saying. When I'm speaking again, that's what I say, communication is important, and self-esteem, what is a part of that as well, is take the relevance information that what your dad is telling you, yeah, and the rest of it you just discard. You don't need it in it. Yeah. So those were the boundaries, and spending time with them, and I spoke to them individually. I have twins, and then I have my older son. I spoke to my older son quite in depth, my middle son, and then my daughter as well. Yeah. So that was spending time with them and bonding. Now, regarding my son, I'm going to talk a little bit about, this is talking about, I wrote something down about like fear, and I'm going to come in some of the topics I've got here that we're going to touch on. I'll just give you the topic's name: emotional intelligence, fixed mindset versus growth mindset, and by kind of understanding our behavior patterns as well. So I wrote down here, I want to talk about my feelings and how I went about overcoming some of the challenges regarding my about my son as well. Now my son wants to go off to university, which is quite far away. Yeah. And again, this is relevant to the topic about communication. And the previous couple of weeks ago, we talked about self-awareness and understanding about people's emotions and feelings. And this is where communication today is going to be more important than self-esteem. Yeah, I'm going to be more focused more on communication. So our conversation, because he's 18, I was saying to him, you're going to go off to university. Why don't you look at the different options that we have available? Because I said to him, me and your mum, we went to university. I'm still in debt, about £10,000 left, paying off comes out my work payslip. And I'm saying to him that it will be better for you. Actually, first thing I said to him, like, don't go university because of us as parents. Go university because you want to and you're passionate. And I asked him like, are you really passionate about what you want to go and study? And he said yes. He likes maths and stuff like that, because you have to find your why reason. And he likes music. That's the other subject. He did a study in that, and he's disputing the grade. There was something happened with that, so we're still waiting for that one as well. He runs his own band. He's self-taught. The guy he's very good. He's once he put his mind to something, he can play the piano, the drums, the guitar. He writes his own music, so he likes doing music on the side. So I'm saying to him that, like, as a father, I'm communicating to him, and also I'm being aware. This is where self-awareness comes in, that I don't want to put you off because of my fear, but at the same time, I've been down the road and I want to share my experience with you. Hear the word I use, share. I want to share my experience with you, not to stop you. And because that my personal fear is like, all right, man, he's moving away. And that's where we're being honest here, yeah? He's moving away. He's only 18. Things have changed from my generation to his generation. You know what I mean? You're more exposed to all different things here, man. The influence is so easier to corrupt the young children. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe my time we had a more support network. I'm not saying that support network is not there. I just think we weren't exposed to a lot of things that the young people is. Because, for example, we didn't have Instagram, TikTok, those kind of things. YouTube was just coming out, so they're more exposed to things, and that's one of my fears at the same time. But I can't allow my fear to stop him from doing what he wants to do. So I said to him, okay, firstly, what would it cost you to do this course? So we worked out. He told me the figure. Over the 3 years, it's about 27 grand. Okay. Then for him to get his student loan for those 3 years, the total figure will come, it's about 57, but we're rounding off to £60,000. So I'm explaining to him, yo, being a young man in debt, if you graduate by in the next 3 years, 21, going 22, you're basically coming out of a debt of nearly 60 grand. Yeah. Now it depends on what field of work he goes into. Yeah. Anything over £25,000, because this is what we're going through. This is what we're doing. Me as a father is that we're looking at all. This is what I say about communication. We're looking at all different aspects. So how I'm speaking to you is how I spoke to him. We look at how much the course is, what the outcome is, and it depends on what job you get into. So anything over 25 grand, you start paying back that. So I said to him, okay, why don't you go down the apprenticeship route? He said, no. And I was trying to show him the benefits of doing apprenticeship, that it'll be easier, but no. Again, I can't put my fears on him. I have to allow him. The same way how I do the show is about informing people to make informed choices. My mom used the word encourage. I use the word empowerment. I have to practice what I preach. Yeah? But this one is close to home. So that's why today's show is more about communication and being able to empathize with the other person's point of view and not put my fears onto him. Yeah? So I'm saying to him, all right, cool. So it depends on what field he goes into, whether it be investment banking or accounting or whatever company he works for. So he says after year 2, he has to go and do it. And he can go into government as well. So there's so many avenues, and it's a good field to actually, when you're doing maths, it's a very good field. He has so many choices to go into. He said, no, I really like it. All right, cool. So in year 2, he will get, at the end of year 2, he has to go and do a practical, which is he has to go into work with a company. So I'm okay. I'm kind of relaxing a bit now, because if he goes into a decent company and they like him, that's the apprenticeship side. In year 2, he will get paid income, and he could be set in some ways. So we're reasoning here. So all right, cool, because he's explaining it to me. So I'm saying to him, all right, if you go for this loan, the first year the university is doing a deal with them. The first year you don't pay no student accommodation. So I said to him, if the first year, the maximum he gets a year is 10,000. That's what I said, call it 60,000. I said to him, see, the first year, be very wise with your money, because you study an accountant. And I explained to him about how I do partners. I take my money and I lend it out to people and I charge an interest. So I said to him, I gave him a story. I said, when I was at university, I got my money, and I wanted to show him that I didn't have no mentors. Yeah. So my favorite car was a BMW, a 3/1 series. So when I got my money, it was about, I spent, I think, like £2,000 on my BMW. And one of my friends then, let's stick a pin there. I got my BMW, and then I think within a week I crashed it. I crashed it. Yeah, very powerful, fast car, but I wanted it. I really wanted the car. I liked it. And then I said to him, I was telling him my story. I said, back in the days, that's over 20, just under 20 years, 20 years ago, houses were cheap in the area that I was, which was Luton. I went to Luton University, and I said to him, I went and bought a BMW because I wanted one, but my friend went and bought a house with the same money that we got from the student loan. Now, I was saying to him, my house back then, to buy a house was about 75 grand. Now, the student loan, I think it was about, I'm trying to remember, about 6 grand. So I said to him, if you took down 5% of that 6 grand, it was like 2,500 roughly would be your deposit. Imagine that would be your deposit to buy a house. So what my friend did was bought a house and didn't tell nobody, and he moved people in there and said, oh, I found the house, and he got every single one of us to pay his mortgage. Now, I said I wasn't aware of that. That's what I'm trying to teach you. Yeah, because I didn't have no mentors. But he only told me after we finished university, this is what he did. Me, I got my BMW, yeah. I said to him, my son's like, hey, but you had fun. But I said, yeah, if someone would have told me the story differently, I would have taken half that money. This is what I would have done. I told him now, I would have taken half that money, invested into a property, yeah, and the rest of the money I would rent a car. So still get the experience of driving the BMW by just renting it for a month or whatever it was, but then have a real asset, which would have been a property. He goes, yeah, okay, I can understand. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I got. So I was saying to him, so you see, for the first year, yeah, try your best not to spend that, whether it be 10,000 or 8,000 pounds they give you. Take half that money and put it into a high interest account and lock it in for a year, because that way you won't spend it and it will get interest on it. You understand? So you're using somebody else's money to get money off it. That's one of the avenues I've given him, because I said the second year you have to pay rent. Yeah, so you've used the interest that you've gained from the first year to contribute, whether it be £10, £40, whatever it is. Yeah, but also you have to look for a part-time job. If you can try your best not to touch a lot of that money, you'll be very smart in the second year to use that money. Now in the second year, if you do get the workplace, you'll be ahead of most people, because you got year one's money, because now you'll be working. Yeah, so just be clever, because I never had no one to explain those things to me. I'm saying to him, because remember, you're doing maths. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. If you're going to do maths and you're going to get into economics, let the numbers work for you, because that's what I did last week in numerology. I was using the numbers for me. I'm saying for me, how it worked for me. What 48 represents for Russell. Yeah, Salongo. Yeah, so if this is your skill, numbers. Yeah, I'm good at numbers from when I was young. Yeah, I've always been the numbers man, but I just applied it to business. So that's what I'm saying to him. Look, I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm still the same person from when I used to leave my mum's house at your age, his younger brother age, 13 or 14. Used to go to the basketball court and with my ice bucket, used to go to the top of the shop. Yeah, it's like a big shop, like a pound shop. That's what it is. Buy 4 cans of drinks for £1 and go and sell them at 60p each. I'm still the same person. That's why I'm doing partner, and I'm showing him. Then I said to him, look, I've got this money. I have shares here. So I explained to him what dividends is. He goes, yeah, I know what dividends is. I get paid this much. And every money, I told him, look, I've got this idea that I've got by the end of this year. I want to invest some money for maybe 3 to 6 years. I don't touch it. Yeah, so I'm still the same, but I'm a numbers person. You're like an aspect of me, but you're kind of studying more. Yeah, but we're all business people. His mum's the same. We're all business people. She's self-employed. She runs her own business. I'm around business people. Yeah, so you've got the trait. You're just taking it to a higher level. So just again about communication, about utilizing what you have, because I never had that around me that much. I had to learn, and then I got mentors and they explained things to me. Yeah. So I had to learned to take a step back and saying that I can't allow my fears to stop my son from going forth. This is communication. Yeah, we're communicating with each other. So by the end of next month, he's off to uni. He's like, you know, it's one of those things, you know. The child has to spread his wing and leave the nest. So that's what I say it's about communication. The other issue I have regarding communication, that's why today's show is a lot about communication. And also I explained to them about investment, about the long-term investment. And I said to them, look, so when I was running my business, I ran a mentoring business working with ex-offenders and single moms and housing people. So when I had my property, I sold it, flipped it, took the money abroad and invest and double. The money is being quadrupled now. So I said to them, it's taken me 10 years. Look at the long-term vision. Yeah, I have a vision for not short-term, long-term. So it's taken me 10 years for my property that I have in Uganda to where it is now. So I've just managed to get power in this week that just went. I wanted it actually for my birthday, but it's just so much hassle getting this power in. So I've got the power in. So the house is basically completed now. But you'll see when I go abroad, it's on YouTube channel, a Guyanese man building in Africa. So power is in. All it has knows is to be painted. But it's taking me a long time to get this power in. The headache, yeah. The headache and the challenges of this, to get this stuff in. So I have a number of people that support me. I call them and they go and check up on the property, and they're basically my eyes and ears. So I have people at the back. I have 2 boys' quarters, yeah? Boys' quarters, for people who don't know, they're like just single studio flats at the back. So I have people that live at the back that look after the property for me. So the person that's staying there explained to me, there's 2 of them, the mum and a daughter. She explained to me that her mother passed away, and I said, okay, cool. She said, listen, I need to leave. I need to go and bury my mum. But I know there's nobody at the house, so I'm going to leave my daughter. I said, cool, man, no problem. So that same, they left. I'm not aware of it. So I think, yeah, she's gone off. There's somebody at the house in it. So that same week, my other supporter, has come now to put power in the house. so they've turned up because they have to put a pole in my land. So they've turned up now to put power in the house. And she's like, yo, there's nobody here. And by the way, I got some chickens in it. We were starting she's like, the chickens are dead. I'm like, how the chickens are dead? She goes, your workers are not here. I call her manager. Manager's not here. I'm like, so where are they? So they've abandoned and left the property and gone. Anyone can break into it. So I call manager. Yo, manager, where are you? I'm in the village. I'm like, but why are you in the village? She goes, my mum said I must. I'm like, but we spoke. Communication skills again. We spoke. She's like, yeah, but my mum and but somebody's meant to be at the house. That's the agreement. We have an agreement. We signed the agreement that you're the one who's responsible for this property, and I've left you in charge. Blah blah blah. Yeah. We even go to the LC. LC is like the local chairman, which is for people who don't understand, it's like the local governor for the area. So we have an agreement, and I take their ID, and so like 2-3 days pass. She's like, my mom's sick, I can't come back. Mom's in hospital. I'm like, yo, Niabo. Niabo means girl. Sebo means boy. Huh? So I'm like, Niabo, but you're not even meant to be out the house. Imagine if someone breaks in. So now they're stuck in the village because they have no money. So I'm calling around like a headless chicken, because I'm like, power has just got into my property. I don't really want to, because someone broke in before and stole all the wires. Huh? So I don't want to go through that all again. But now we have power. Someone can do the same thing again. And I've spent so much money. Yeah? I'm spending money on these things. Well, people, that's why it's good to have good friends around you. People are actually spending their money, and then they will invoice me. And I have to pay it back. These are all... So I'm here in London communicating with people across the world, on the other side. And that's the great thing about the technology that we have. You know what I mean? Because I'm speaking to people on WhatsApp, or I'm calling them. Yeah? So that's one thing of being able to talk to people. The technology is there. So I'm like, oh man, they're stuck in the village. So I call another friend. I'm like, listen, man, I'm stuck. The person's like, listen, I don't have enough money on me now, but I'm going to find the money. So big up to Dora. She's on my video. I recorded her when I went to Uganda. I gave her a gift to her child. If you look, you will see her baby. It was like a jumpsuit, and that was made by Yvonne. Yeah, the lady that made the cake for me. So I have a very small group of people that I can rely on, and it's good to have your network is your net worth. Yeah. So I'm very thankful, very, very thankful. And Eric is another boy, my Baba. These are the people who are Hassan. These are the people who are chasing around and helping me while I'm in England. And there's a delay because I think they're like 3 hours ahead of me. And you know, people don't respond when you want them to respond. I'm saying this is all relevant with communication and the mind. Because I'm going through a different, and I'm explaining to this woman, but you shouldn't leave. And they're like, Salongo is not here, I can go, but it's my home. It doesn't mean nothing to you, but it means something to me because I've invested in it. But I'm going to come back to those points. So Dora has found some money for me, and they were meant to come a couple of days ago. They didn't turn up. She's on her way now. I've spoken to Patience. So Patience is the manager. So she said, Salongo, I'll be there. She's left the mom in the village because they didn't have enough money for both of them. So she's on her way. This one here has stressed me out. And that's why I'm trying to show you the reality of this show, why it's authentic. It's about being yourself and the challenge, because this week has been about communication for me. Nothing to do with self-esteem. Even the topic is self-esteem and communication. It's about me just communicating and actually understanding. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's a reflection. All this week is about everything I've been dealing with at work. It's just about communication and having an awareness and realizing that the takeaway message, I want you to realize that, because when I was, and this is where the gym is imperative for me. Yeah, I'm jumping ahead of some of my points, but the gym has helped me to deal with the stress. It took me like half an hour when I was training. This thing was bugging me. I couldn't let it go. And then something just said to me, Russ, listen, there's nothing you can do. You're in this country and the problem is in another country. You just have to let it go. But it took me I was aware of it for half an hour in my head. Why? Because on my phone, every half an hour, or if I do an hour, it tells me, yeah, because it's tracking my calories, how much I'm burning. So it says half an hour done. Yeah, you've achieved half an hour. I set for like an hour and a half. So for half an hour, when that thing went off, I said, listen, I need to stop thinking like this. I need to come out of this mindset because I'm in my zone. I'm in the gym. Yeah, the gym is meant to make me detox from this stress. I'm creating a stress I have no control over. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to come into. Yeah, that's what the conversation is about. Yeah, so those are the situations. So I have my son situation, and I'm learning that you have to let go. You communicate. People are going to do what they want to do, and then I've got my issue regarding my property and how they have their own scenarios that they are dealing with. So it's how you're dealing, how you have to be aware of the situation and then use my communication skills and understand. I have to learn to understand and have some awareness. So this now brings me into emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and regulate over our emotion as well as understanding and empathizing with the emotion of others. I hope I gave a good background stories to why I came into emotional intelligence. Because remember, the show is of knowing thyself. And taking a step back sometime and actually understanding the bigger picture. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and regulate our own emotions, as well as understanding and empathizing with the emotion of others. So I gave the scenario about the woman. Her mum has passed away. We had an agreement that the daughter would stay. They still went off and did their own thing. My son, I'm explaining the situation. He's like, you know, Dad, I want to do this. Cool. Yeah. I have to understand. I have to communicate between everybody else and actually understand myself. Some things are out of your control. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. You just have to let it, you take a step back. And I'm going to come to some points of how things we can put in place. Because it's about communication. This is not about self-esteem. This is about communication and actually understanding yourself and the people around you. And how to communicate with others. And at the same time, understanding and having empathy for them. And it's not just about me. Yeah? Temple of Know Thyself. Understanding yourself. So we have a fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Our mindset can fall into one of two categories. Fixed mindset or a growth mindset. Those with a fixed mindset believe that their ability and intelligence are fixed traits, leading them to avoid challenges and fear of failure. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset believe that abilities can be developed and improved through efforts and perseverance. Yeah? Cultivating a growth mindset allows us to embrace challenges, learn from failure, and pursue in the face of setback. By understanding our mindset, we can shift our perspective from one of limitation to one of growth and possibility. That's a lot to digest. We're just going to bullet point. You have a fixed mindset. Son, man, you know, when I went to university, this and that, but that's my fixed mindset. But then I have to change. The growth mindset, this is again about communication. The growth mindset allows you to see things differently. It's about cultivating a growth mindset, allowing us to embrace change. Change is important. Learn from failure and the pursuit or the persistence in the face of setbacks. By understanding our mindset, we can shift our perspective from one of limitation to one of growth and possibility. It's all down to your mindset. Which one are you? A fixed mindset or a growth mindset? Are you going to be part of the change, or are you going to be stuck in your old ways? Because I said, there's nothing I can do when I'm here and I have something abroad. There's nothing I can do. I just have to entrust with the people that I have put in trust to help support me, and that's it. I have to trust that I've given my son enough tools that he will go on his journey and he can reach out. Because it's about the support. Remember, I am because we are, and because we are, therefore I am. There are some things you can't control. You just have to just let it be. So you have to have a growth mindset. It allows you to grow, to see things from a different point of view. Identifying limited belief. Practicing mindful and meditation. Practicing mindfulness and meditation. Setting personal goals. Putting self-awareness into action. Holding yourself or holding myself accountable. Overcoming fear of failure. Letting go of self-judgment. Celebrating progress and growth. I said today's show is about communication. It's about understanding oneself, knowing thyself. That's what it's about. There are some things out you can't do, and there's no you have no control over some things. You just let it be. And that's what I said about overcoming fear, letting go of self-judgment. Yeah. Celebrating the progress and growth. Yeah. Identify limited beliefs. Practicing mindful meditation. Setting personal goals. Putting self-awareness into action. Self-awareness. When I was training, I was constantly fighting myself. Let go of this. Let go of it. There's nothing you can do. So I'm showing you the challenges, and constantly, that's what the show is about. Self-diagnosing oneself. And understanding that sometimes there's nothing you can do. You just have to let it be. It took me half an hour to let go of this thing. Because there's nothing I can do. The fear I had. Man, if someone did this, if someone did that. Overcoming my fears. I'm sharing it with you. Letting go of self-judgment. What if they did this? Man, what I should do? This, that. Maybe I should have done this different. No. Celebrating the progress. I've done 8. This will be my 8th week. I've done 2 weeks into this new program. I'm being consistent. I'm writing down. My handwriting is getting better. I'm studying. I'm reading. Yes. These are the challenges I'm sharing with you. This is the challenge in week 3. Communication. Nothing to do with self-esteem. All these challenges this week was to do with the communication. Speaking to my children, setting boundaries and goals, and you know what I'm saying to you. Talking with my son. All that we are is the result of what we have thoughts. Buddha tells us this. My thoughts. My thoughts. I have to take control of my thoughts. Communication. If I can control what goes into my mouth, I can control what comes out of my mouth. Yeah? This week was just about communication. Because I just kept sending voice notes and talking to people and just communicating with people. I had no power. I just had to just entrust and leave people to work on my behalf. But I wanted to take some form of control, because there's nothing I could do. So sometime in life you just have to let go, work on yourself, temple of know thyself, continue to analyze, be self-aware, don't judge yourself when things are not going the right way. Have a mindfulness and meditate on yourself and your mind. That's why the gym was important to me, because it's something I can fall back on. That's why before I start this program 10 weeks ago, it all started with confidence. Because when I was reflecting on myself, I was like, but you know, Russ, you can't take the house with you, you know. And I told my children when we were talking, like, they can turn around and say, well, we're not interested in the property. I'm like, you know, it's true. But be thankful for the smaller things that you have in life. That's how I had to, like, talk to myself. And that growth mindset, I had to remind myself who and what I am. I'm not the object, which is the property I brought. That's not me. That's something I've created, but that's not me. I have no control over that. I have control of where I am. Temple of know thyself. I have control over my thoughts, if we're talking about Buddha. I have controls over my emotions. I have to take control over that. I can't take control over an obstacle. Can't get the word out. Object. That's in a different country. So that's what the conversation is about. Communication within myself and the people around me. And reflecting on this past week. It has been a challenge. I won't lie. Challenge with my children, because they've came, that's what I'm using the word bound. They came into my boundary and disrupted it. My food, my eating, that's what my body's like, what the hell has happened? It's like internal and external. And how am I dealing with the challenges? That's what I'm trying to get at. It has been challenging because my body was like, yo, what's this food you're giving me? And then external, I'm like, yo, we have an agreement. Here's the contract. Where are you going? Yeah, there's two of you. Why don't one person go? Because that's the agreement we had. I can't control that. Both of them went in it. How am I going to communicate with them? I did have a strong word with her today. I said, she's, please forgive me, this and that. You know, it wasn't my fault, blah, blah, blah. I've learned my lesson. Because I'm the boss. I still had to say to her, no, what you did was, it was told. Because we had an agreement. But there's nothing I can do. So I had to check myself to remind myself. I've moved off my square. We talked a couple of weeks ago about the polarity, about the emotion. Yeah, it's neither positive or negative. You get pulled. If you get pulled that way, someone pisses you off, and then when you're happy, you know, you got pulled this way. No, that's what I was fighting. This why I'm doing a self-evaluation of myself. A couple of weeks ago, we spoke about the hardest thing to do is know thyself. And what was the quotation? Yeah. To know yourself is hard. I'm being consistent with it. The most difficult thing in life is to know yourself. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I'm showing you the journey of self-development and the challenges that I had. Yet I was in my element, which is the gym, the confidence, the foundation, the rock. And I was fighting myself. I had to fight myself. It took me half an hour to change my mindset. Why? I was saying to myself, why? No. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. It was a growth mindset. I wanted to grow. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset believe that ability can be developed and improved through efforts and perseverance. Cultivating a growth mindset allows us to embrace challenges, learn from failure. Yeah? That's it. That's why I'm showing the growth and the reading and the challenges. Nothing is easy. You think this is easy? You think this is easy? You think getting up Monday to Friday and going training and being consistent, studying, reading, mucking up my words, is growth. That's why I'm saying it's real, it's authentic. You hear me struggle with the words. But I have notes. I can look up and say, wow, I've written a book. You see? This book is coming to an end, by the way. We've got about 3 more pages. I've written a book. I can take these little notes and put actually a book together. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to let go and you gotta work on yourself. That's what I'm doing. Understanding thyself. That's this temple of know thyself. Know who and what you are. I'm just flicking back to see some of my notes. Why I create the why reason and the journey, what the journey is about. It says to Marcus Garvey, if you have no confidence in self, you are twice defeated in the race of life. With confidence you have won even before you have started. Two different Latin roots of the word education, which means to train or to mold. Education means to lead or to bring out. These are my notes from back in the days. Yeah? Oil in my lamp allows people to look deeper within oneself and one role in the world. Are you going to allow other people to dim your light? As Caperton says, keep the fire burning. You know what I mean? In John 10, Jesus presents himself as the good shepherd, and in a debate with the Jews leaders made the claim, I and the Father are one. It's all about self-development. Goddard, I am, which he talks about. We become what we think about. That's Earl Nightingale. Neville Goddard talks about I am. Be still and know that I am God. It's all about knowing yourself and understanding thyself. That's why it's called Temple of Know Thyself. and the challenges that we go about and how we overcome the challenges. So the young lady's on her way back. My son is going to start off to go off to university. And I'm still here doing I reasoning and showing you the growth through communication, self-awareness, self-esteem, and how we deal with challenges, everyday challenges like everybody does. Taking the time out to reflect on oneself, it's about self-growth. Knowing thyself is the most difficult thing that one can do, and understanding. And that's why I've taken this journey, because I want to know myself. It's about self-development, self-awareness, self-esteem, self-confidence. It's a being in tune with one inner self, that voice within oneself. And that is the voice I'm trying to bring out. And explaining to you through the challenges that I have, that you can overcome the challenges that you will face in your life. And they come in all different forms. Drugs, relationship, children, family, brothers, sisters. I look after my mum. We clash when it comes to food and her ways of doing things. How do you deal with the challenges? I'm still here. I'm telling you the story. I'm still here. How do you deal with the challenges? That's what I'm asking you. So today's show is just about communication. Knowing thyself, understanding thyself, and listening to that inner voice, that communication in yourself. That's the key message. Because that's the internal fight I had. It's within me. It wasn't external, because I can't control the external. I have to learn to control the inner voice, the fear within me, that allows me to come and F up on the radio, or not a radio, but on the YouTube channel, by reading. However, at the same time, I'm willing to do something what somebody else is not willing to do. I'm willing to learn and try by error. That's how we learn. That's how we become a better person, a human being, by doing things that other people are not willing to do. And shine, like last week I said, this little light of mine. Don't let Satan blow it out. Be yourself, know yourself. That's what I practice, and that's what I'm teaching my son. So I have to take a step back and allow him to shine and be the light that he is, and allow people to work on your behalf sometime, and listen to the inner voice. Communicate with yourself, and be still and know ye are gods, and the answer will come to you. Today's show is about communication. Tune in next week and let's find out what happens. My people, the show is coming to an end. This is Temple of Know Thyself, I reasoning. And I hope that the time you spend with me, it's been able in some way to uplift you and enlighten you on your specific journey, what we call life. Yeah? So yeah, that's it. May your head be anointed. You have a blessed and wonderful week. Along this journey, just be happy. That's what it is, as I said. And laugh at yourself, man. Don't always take life serious. That's what I said. That's my message when I'm listening to myself. I'm like, yo, brother, you can't take the house with you now. You can't take the house with you. But you have achieved. Look at the goals that you have achieved. Look at the greatest thing, as I said, is self-development. That can't be taken away from you. The tax man, nobody can. The government, they can't. So just continue to grow and develop. That is the key of Temple of Know Thyself. My people, thanks again. Yes, it's 2024, not 2023. Your boy's out. This is the 8th week that we're going into of training. And we look forward to finishing this program. Because it's a journey, and I'm 3 weeks in now coming to, and I'm feeling it. Your boy's feeling it. That's it, my people. God bless. Enjoy your weekend. Have a blissful week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Love you. Take care. Temple of Know Thyself. I reason with none other than Salongo, aka RP Russell. Take care, my people. God bless. Enjoy your week ahead.